Marking this week of activities to commemorate International Women's Day, activists and families of victims of femicide from the central state of Mexico protested outside the offices of the Interior Ministry, denouncing the government's inability or lack of will of reducing gender-based violence and murders.
The government doesn't do anything. For example, in the case of my neighbor, the accused person who took her away is connected to politicians.
The group of 200 protesters say the rate of gender-based violence, specifically femicides, is increasing and spreading to regions of Mexico that were previously not stained by the crisis. They denounce that the government seeks to minimize or dismiss the problem.
I am here because of the injustice that exists in the state. I am one of the many victims. I was beaten by my husband. Until this day, there's no solution in the case. I didn't want to make the denouncement, but I did. And to begin with, when I entered, they asked me, "Where are the bruises?"
Mexico state activist XOCHITL ARZOLA denounces that although 11 of the state's 125 municipalities were given the so-called gender alert status in July, translating into further government resources and actions to tackle the problem, the measures have been ineffective. The activist underscores that more than 80 femicides have occurred in these municipalities since the alert was implemented.
The violence is concentrated in 10 municipalities. One of them is Primordial, and it is the Ecatepec de Morelos, the biggest municipality in Latin America, which has the most resources in the country, and where there is a murder of at least one woman a day.
While activists denounce the root to gender-based violence as being one dominated by impunity and lack of government will, one gender studies and rights academic says it goes deeper, to the culturally ingrained patriarchy and misogyny that permeates Mexico.
It is a murder carried out with a particular degree of violence. It is not just a woman raped and killed. She is tortured in a way that has more to do with a tremendous amount of hate towards the woman's body.
Both experts and activists coincide that to truly eradicate gender violence and femicides in Mexico, which on average result in 7 murders of women every 24 hours, a mixture of education and social organizing is key. Clayton Cantelesur, Mexico City.